All right, Jacob.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
Could you state your name, please, and spell it out?
My name is Jacob Wayne GRONA. Jacob WayneGrona.
And where are you from, Jacob, originally?
I'm originally from Corpus Christi, Texas.
And when did you move to East Texas?
When I was 14. In 09.
09. And where did you go to high school?
Bloomingdale High School.
And how long have you lived in the Austin area?
9 months.
And could you tell me how old you are?
I am 20 years old.
And have you used heroin before?
Yes.
Do you currently use heroin?
No.
When was the first time you tried heroin?
When I was 19, the summer I turned 19, yeah, so like the beginning of last year,
Okay.
like June of last year, yeah.
Is that the only opioid you've tried, or are there other drugs you've used as well?
There are definitely others.
Uppers or downers?
I've used, yeah, pretty much like most hard narcotics. Meth, heroin, Vicodin, Oxycontin, Xanax, cocaine. Xanax, cocaine, heroin, and meth were the main things I had a problem with.
Yeah, have you ever been prescribed opioids?
No.
No. Do you remember the first time you tried any drugs like this? The location or how it came about?
First time I tried heroin, I was in just this big house. Just a bunch of my friends would hang out, and we were smoking it. We were freebasing it off foil.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what it was when I first tried it. I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, just try it. And yeah. I mean, I figured I knew what it was.
Yeah. Remember what was it? Black tar heroin?
Mm-hmm.
Black tar. Is that the most common kind you've seen around here?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never done the original, like, China White or the fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it, but yeah, I've never tried it.
Was heroin the first narcotic you tried, or did you try something else before that?
The first hard narcotic I got addicted to was Xanax.
Xanax.
That was when that was like earlier in my teenage years. It was like 16.
Mm-hmm. And once you tried heroin, would you say that you were immediately addicted, or did you wait later to try it again?
After the first time I did it, I wasn't too into it as much as people like
Mm-hmm.
warned me about. I didn't get hooked like the first time, just because like when you smoke it, it's not as strong.
Mm-hmm.
But probably after like the fourth or fifth time is when I really got like hooked onto it. And then once I started using needles, it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
got me hooked.
How did you use it before you used needles?
I freebased it off of foil. Or I would snort the cheese, like the powder.
And after you started trying it more, was there a regular source that you would buy it from, or just all around?
Yeah. When I was living in Tyler, there was actually only like one person I knew where to get it from, and they usually always had it.
Could you tell me how the price range compares to other narcotics or drugs?
Heroin is probably the most expensive in Tyler. A gram is about like 100, 120.
A gram for 100 to 120?
But that's just Tyler, I know. Here in Austin, it's like, a gram is like $80.
$80?
So it's like, I think that's like the running price overall.
So is that more expensive than the cost of, say, cocaine or meth around here, or is it?
Yeah, it's way more expensive than meth. In Tyler, meth is a lot more prevalent, so it's cheaper, easier to get.
Would you say it's the same? I mean, roughly the same down here. Still more expensive.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you used heroin?
Let's see.
If you can remember.
I was off it for like 4 months when I moved, and then I relapsed. In like October, November. So like October, November was the last time I used.
Would you say that it's more people use or buy drugs like that up in East Texas or down here?
Down here in East Texas, it was the meth game was so big. Meth was really big in Tyler. Here it's since Austin's such a big city, it's just everything, you know.
Yeah.
It's all kind of like an even playing field. But in Tyler, meth was like a really big thing.
Is it mostly college-age students that you see using it, or are there different types of people you see?
People I would use with, we're not in college.
Really?
Yeah.
And could you tell me again where you're working right now, Jacob?
Right now I work for Favor.
For what?
Favor.
What's Favor?
It's like a delivery service. Like you pick up food and just deliver it to people.
Cool. Would you say that heroin is a drug that's on the rise, or is it just kind of like always around here?
I don't know. I think
It's probably
honestly,
hard to say.
Yeah, it goes up and down. I don't know. I've definitely looked at it like on a timeline, like even before I was born. Black tars, yeah, it's definitely just like it's been at its peak for a while. Especially in Texas, just because black tar is easier to get than.
And could you tell me just a little bit about how using heroin or narcotics has affected your life, either in any kind of way you can imagine?
I guess it just affected me, just like withdrawals and stuff. The heroin was like the worst to deal with, just because you legitimately get sick when you're off of it. And I don't know, when you develop an addiction, it kind of just doesn't like go away. It's just something to like suppress, you know. So that definitely changed the way I look at things, and also like I don't know, there's a sense of anxiety afterwards, after like hard use. I have like major anxiety now.
And you didn't have anxiety before you started using it?
there's definitely a point, probably as soon as you get hooked, where it just starts kind of just like controlling like your schedule, and it's always the first thing you wanna get in the morning.
Would you say heroin's the most addictive out of what you've used? Or which one is the most addictive?
Heroin and meth, yeah. Meth is up there. Coming off, though, heroin and Xanax. Xanax is really bad.
Are you still experiencing major problems with anxiety?
Yeah. Like, it's sort of like something that's like, I don't know, it's probably like never gonna go away. Just like something that's like always in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Which, and I've talked to other people, and they say, yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, one of those things you just fucked up like in your life.
Just part of recovery.
Yeah.
Are you still around friends or people that use it, or have...
I have been, yeah. Yeah, there's like a big, I guess, yeah, the heroin scene is a lot bigger here than what I'm used to. They have this thing called, there's a government program called the Needle Exchange. And I've never seen it before I moved here, and it's usually just like for heroin addicts, just so they can be safer. But it's like an unspoken, like, here's clean, like, needles, water and stuff. From what I hear, it's government regulated. But yeah, they usually,
it's mostly to make sure there's no like
there's no like HIV or AIDS being passed around. I know Hep C has been like a pretty big problem in Texas recently. Before I moved here, I hung out with some people in Denton, Texas, and Hep C is kind of prevalent in Denton.
It's a problem here too, though.
I don't know. I haven't met anybody struggling with it, but I assume since it's a bigger city and they have the Needle Exchange. Yeah.
So just to clarify, you said most of the people that you're around that use heroin are not college-age students?
Probably, I mean, they're in their like 20s, you know. They don't go to college.
It's like college age, though.
Yeah. Right, yeah, around that age.
Were you ever at any high school parties that had any drugs like this present?
No.
You know, are you saying you're doing a lot better right now than you were in October when you first started using it?
Yeah, most definitely.
Is there any sort of support system or somewhere that you've been in contact with?
No, not really. I've been really fortunate with just like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I moved in with like these roommates.
Yeah.
Just they're a good support system in my family. You know, once I was completely honest with them, they were there for me. They text me like regularly, like daily, just to check in.
Yeah.
But no, there hasn't been, I haven't been to a point where I guess I've needed like the actual like rehab or anything. Or I mean, I don't know. I've just never been.
And your family's back in East Texas, right? Have you had anyone in your family that's ever struggled with addiction?
No. No, as far as I know, I'm the only one in my family.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me that you think is important or, worth saying about heroin use or how it is around here?
I guess a lot of people don't really think about, like, how it really affects your mind as soon as you get hooked onto it. I mean, you're willing to do things from like stealing from people, robbing places, just, you know, screwing over your friends just so you can get yours. And yeah, it just really takes over your mind. Not a lot of people realize that. They just see it as like, you know, something to be addicted to that just so happens to kill you. But, you know, then again, so does alcohol and Xanax, but there's something about heroin that's just like dirty. It makes people just have this dirty mindset. And then once you get out of it, it's just super jolting, you know. Like, now that I look back, I can't even believe I did some of the shit I did. And how bad I would feel for it. Like, there are literally days where, you know, you're just crying because you can't get it. And, you know, with other drugs, it'd be really, like, materialistic, but with heroin, it's, like, legitimate because you start throwing up, you start shaking, you feel it affecting your body, and it's, like, instant. It sucks. It's really strong. It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
No problem.
I appreciate it.